Hi Pep, I'm Jamie Jacks from The Guardian. One of the things Eddie Jones said that he observed when he came to watch you train Bayern Munich was that he realised how much you could get out of players in terms of the demands, the extra skill levels. How did you come across this knowledge? What made you realise you could get more out of your footballers?
When I can give more?
Eddie Jones said that when he observed you training at Bayern, he realised that he could get more out of his players, rugby players. He could push them further, get more skill out of them. So I'm just wondering where you learned this from, because it seems like a revelation to Jones.
I learned from where I came from. So I was in the academy in Barcelona with 13 years old when I was in that period. Like, they teach me, or I learned on that you have to win and win and win, and after that win again, and it's not good, and when you feel this pressure that is never is enough, and you can do better after you learn from that, and after as a football player when I was there, and after manager when I start, I followed this instinct to do that. But I think most of the managers are in that way. So I think I've not been watching or learning from Eddie Jones, but I'm pretty sure he's demanding all the time a lot. If not, you cannot be in the final for the World Cup, Rugby World Cup. So I think most of the managers, most of them are like this.
And when you're looking to identify new players, how do you assess whether they can mentally be convinced of your way?
That's the big mystery. When you buy a player, you can discover the skills, but not the mental approach. You should talk a lot with the old mates or old manager have been with this guy to anticipate some, things that maybe you believe or you think he has and he hasn't. That I think is the most. I think the most important department in the club is the scouting department. So the department for Chiqui Beguestan in this case is the most important part of the whole organization. Much more the manager, much more the players. When they choose well, 80% of the job is done. When we don't choose well, or they don't choose well the players that we need for the way we want to play, for the quality they have, spend a lot of time and energy, and sometimes you are not able to do it because you don't have too much time with the incredible amount of fixtures to training to improve. So that is my feeling. But I think more info you have before you take a player is much better.
Hi Pep. You're obviously a big fan of Ilkay Gundogan. You always speak very highly of him. This month he's been nominated for Premier League Player of the Year. How useful has he been to you?
Player of the Year.
Sorry, Player of the Month. My English isn't very good.
No, you are distracted.
Yeah, there's a lot of games.
English is quite good, yeah, definitely.
So he's very versatile. How much has he helped you? And how have you been able to use him in different roles? So the Wolves game, the Crystal Palace game, the Aston Villa game last week. How useful is he at the moment?
Yeah, a lot. So he's so intelligent player. So one of the qualities I appreciate the most on my players is the players are intelligent, so understand everything, what happened in the game, during the game, and solve it offensively, defensively as quick as possible. So he can play many roles. When he play close to the box, he's a guy who scores goals and a personality, and especially in that position, the holding midfielder. I didn't expect after 1 year or 2 years, but the first year we were unlucky. He was unlucky. We were incredibly unlucky about his staff injured the first season. But I didn't expect he would be so consistent as a holding midfielder defending that position, and he is. So he's an exceptional player, honestly. He's a player, the European best players.
At what stage did you think, this guy can play holding midfielder now? How recently was that?
How I realized?
Yeah, when?
Well, I think last season when sometimes it happened when you don't have more alternatives. So sometimes when Dino was always in that position and he could not play, I used another place that didn't use him, but I didn't realize. And look how wrong I was. And after, when I didn't have another alternative in that position, I put it him and said, wow, how aggressive he is without the ball, how his attention and know exactly the movements during the game he has to do. Of course, it's not the typical, holding midfielder and the people can think, but we need not just defending, we need this quality of the player with the ball. And we didn't have any doubts about him in this, in his talent, but without the ball, when Dino last season was injured more than usual, so he played there, and it was incredible. It was outstanding in all aspects of the game.
Hi Pep, just coming back to Eddie Jones and the rugby, did you kind of learn anything from him when he came to see you, obviously, because he's a kind of elite coach as well?
Well, we spoke once or twice, so not much, honestly. So he was so kind. It was a pleasure to see him, to meet him, but we talked some movements of rugby. I'm a big fan. I don't understand too much, honestly. I've never been in one game, but in TV, I will ask him how they do to make regeneration after the games. So it's incredible how can they survive. So I cannot imagine. So, but we spoke about the sports, about life, so nothing special.
Is it important for you to kind of pick the brains of other elite sportsmen? Because obviously you talk about golf quite a lot and tennis.
Yeah, of course, we can learn from all of them. Now, sports sometimes is easier than in your own job. But we didn't spend too much time. Hopefully they can win, and we invite him and of course his staff to come here, and we can talk more. Will be nice for all of us, especially for me. So wish him luck, and yeah, it was nice when I saw it, but it was short. It was just not too much.
Hi Pep, you played Tottenham twice in a row last season. You've had Southampton twice this week. How do you prepare for that? What's easier? What's more difficult?
Quite different, honestly. So it was qualifying the Champions League, and that defeat was so tough in terms of emotion. For lose competition itself is tough, but the way we lost was tough for us. And after just 2 or 3 days we play league. When we lose, we cannot win the Premier League. So we could lose 2 competitions in just 2 or 3 days. It's happened when you arrive in March, April, in these stages when competition you're playing for the competitions. Now is everything you are out, or you are in, or you are out. Now it's a little bit different. Of course, Carabao Cup, with all respect, the competition is a little bit different. So it's not an earthquake for all the teams. They are out for this competition, I think so. So it's different now. Of course, the position we are in the Premier League, and there's another chance to make another 3 points and move on.
In terms of the same opponent, though, is it easier because they're more familiar because you've just played them, or?
Yeah, we know each other. They know us each other. After this game, I'm pretty sure Ralph and his staff analyzed what happened, and we did the same. So yeah, I think they are going to change few players. We are going to change players. So we'll see. Don't think too much right now. It's just one game. What do you have to do? Tactical way and mentally approach and win the game. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.